All right, this is the stretching video for the legs, so hamstrings and hips in particular, the front of the hip flexors, and also a little bit of an opening through the chest as well. So you'll just need the D-ring canvas strap for this and connecting it so that it's a continuous circle. So let's come down onto our back. Keep the knees bent and just get into a cozy spot so that your lower back is connected to the ground. Let's step the right foot in and then taking a hold of the strap with your right hand. So connecting to both sides of the strap so that the left hand lands down on your left hip. And then let's get set up. Begin to press your right heel up toward the sky. So seeing if you can get your right leg as straight as possible. And then begin to flex your right toes. So if you're not sure what that means, point through the toes, and then the opposite of that is flexing the toes back towards the face. So see if you can catch sight of the back of your right toes. So we've started. The hamstrings are now being pulled in a nice long motion. And see if you can incorporate a long breath here. So inhaling and expanding the lower belly. Long breath out, start to pull that strap towards your chest. So starting to find a nice big extension in the back of that right leg. Seeing if you can continue with those long, deep breaths. We're here for 2 more breaths. One more. And keep those toes active and keep the tension in the strap. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, keep that left hip grounded. Start to let that leg fall open to the right side of the room. So big opening through the inside of your right leg, so the inner seam. We're pressing the heel away, pulling the strap towards that right shoulder and flexing the toes. Let's take another 3 breaths in here. Keep that left hip grounded. And don't worry about the range. It's more about the sensation than it is about making the shape, right? Trying to let go of expectation with your stretches, knowing that there's many factors that contribute to your flexibility. Water content, right? Current stress in life, your sleep quality. All these things contribute to how tight the body feels. Keep pressing through that right heel, keep pulling the strap towards you. We're going to engage the belly button down into the spine, so contract the pelvic floor muscles, lift the leg up through center, keep that tension in the strap, and then take a hold of the strap on both sides with your left hand. Release the right palm down, and then gently allowing that leg to fall over towards the left side of the room. Now, if your leg looks like this, that's okay. That's probably why you're here, right? So allowing the leg to just be at the highest tension point, whatever that looks like for you. In time, we'll get to a straight leg, but flexing through the toes and allowing the leg to fall over to the left side. And you should be feeling quite a bit of sensation down the back of that right knee and all down the side of the right hip and right thigh. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Every time you exhale, just imagine tension leaving the body. Nice. Move really slow. Start to lift back up through center. And then you can just step your left foot into the strap and release the right foot down. So already we've got the strap in the left hand. Let's start to press that left heel up toward the ceiling. Flex the toes back towards your face. And then pull the strap towards you. So you should get that big stretch all down the back of the hamstrings. Try to keep that right hip grounded. Let's take 1 more big breath in. Long breath out. Take another breath in. As you exhale, let that leg fall open to the left side. And keeping in mind that this may feel completely different to the other side. Right? Most of the time the body is not symmetrical and one side is more flexible or more tight than the other. So just being present with the body exactly as it is today, not having any expectations. Keep pressing through that left heel. Right, you've done the work already, you've pressed play. Keep the toes flexed, keep pressing through the heel. Nice big stretch through the inner seam of that left thigh. One more deep breath. Let's begin to lift that leg all the way up. Take a hold of the strap with the right hand, release the left hand down, and then just gently keep the leg straight, let it cross over the body. And that move can sometimes just be like 3 inches, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It's not about twisting the spine. This is about opening up through the left side of the body. So keep pressing through the left heel, keep pulling the toes back towards the face so that you can catch gaze of the back of the toes. Try to focus on long exhales. One more. And of course, if you want to stay in this stretch and it's really feeling like you need more, just pause the video, right? And then just press play when you're ready. We're coming back up through center and bending into that knee to release. Just place that strap beside you. We're going to roll forward into a tabletop shape to begin. So first, hands underneath shoulders, and then just allow the pelvis to create some circles here. All right, so just allowing the hips to find some lubrication, and then moving in the opposite direction. And then let's start with the right hip. So step your left foot all the way forward and see if you can line your left heel and your left knee up. All right. So the goal is not to drop the hips into a low lunge. It's actually to try to stay really lifted and then tilt the pelvis forward. So the opposite, right, would be arched. We want to press the pelvis forward and then drive through the right glute to get a big stretch through the front of that right hip flexor. So all the pressure is in my right hip right now. If I want more support, I can tuck those right toes so that I've got a little more stability in that right side. For even more stability, left hand can land on your left thigh. So let's drive that right hip forward. So there's quite a bit of intensity here already. To add on from here, take a big breath in and reach your right arm all the way up and reaching over to the left side. So big side stretch. And I can show you from the front here. I'm pressing through that right hip, driving forward, reaching up, and then stretching over to the left-hand side of the room. Big breaths, trying not to drop into that front leg, really pressing through that right hip flexor. Driving through the right glute. One more breath. Keep reaching further over to the left. Nice. And then gently just come back through center, move slow, placing those hands down inside that left foot. And then we're just going to pull the hips all the way back, straighten through the left leg, round the spine. You should feel a big opening through the back of that left leg and a release of the pressure on that right hip flexor. Okay, let's begin to roll forward. Step that left knee back. So making your way back into a tabletop. And let's move through some pelvic circles here. So just create one big circle here with the pelvis. And then in the opposite direction. And then moving into the other side, the right foot can step forward, take all of the pressure off the front foot. You can tuck the left toes and then lifting up as you press through that left glute. So take all the pressure off your right foot, coming back, and then pressing that left glute forward. Right hand lands on the right thigh. Lift that left arm all the way up as you reach over. So front view here, we're reaching over towards the right side of the room. Keep pressing that left pelvis all the way forward, driving through the left glute. So if you should feel a nice big opening through that left side. Take 2 more breaths. Every time you exhale, reach further over. And then slowly start to release. So no quick movements here. We're really opening up through the hip. And then just landing the hands down on the inside of that right leg. Pull back into a runner's lunge. Straighten out through the right leg. Round through the spine, chin to chest. All right, one last opening here. So we're going to do the shoulders and the hips at the same time. So coming all the way down onto your belly. And then extending your right arm long, so in line with the shoulder, palm facing down. My left hand is underneath my left shoulder, and then I'm pushing through my left palm, which opens up my right shoulder. My left knee bends and left foot reaches behind. So the goal is to get the head to relax down so that the neck is not compromised. And so here you've got a big opening here through that left hip joint and then through the right shoulder joint. Left hand can just be grounded in front of the chest. If you've got a bit of time, stay here a while, see if you can just connect to the breath. Otherwise, just a few little rocks, just leaning over to the right side. And then gently unraveling, come back through center. Stack the palms underneath the forehead, bend the knees, and just allow the feet to sway from side to side. Releasing the legs down, left arm can extend long, right palm underneath the right shoulder. Begin to push through the right palm, right knee bends, head rests down, and then just allow the hips and the shoulders to open up. So see if you can relax as much as possible. Two more breaths. And then gently coming back through center. Landing those hands down and then just push back into a child's pose. So nice big stretch here through the lower back. And then just begin to lift yourself up. We're going to come back down onto our backs and we're going to use that strap just for a finishing off stretch. So taking the strap with you, just resting the head down. We'll start with the right leg and then just stepping that right foot into the strap. So similar to where you were before, but this time move the metal piece away from the face. Going to separate the strap with both hands, so creating this sort of big loop, and then lifting the head up and placing that strap right in the middle of the skull. So it's like you're harnessed here by the strap. Now, I'm going to activate the toes, so try to look behind the toes, straighten the leg as much as you can, and then press the head down towards the ground. So here, you're harnessed by the strap while you're getting a big stretch through the whole back body. If you want a little bit more, you can extend the left leg, resting that left heel down and then pressing the head down into the ground. If you've got a bit of time, pause the video here and just stay for, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. If you start to get tingling in the toes, that's just a sign that it's a good time to come out of this stretch. Start to get some blood flow again. And to come out of this shape, gently start to bend into that left knee. Find stability for the foot first. Take hold of both sides of the strap, lifting the head up and out, releasing that right leg down. Moving into the other side, left foot steps in. Separate that metal piece away from the face. Begin to lift the head up and then just place the middle of the head into the strap. So you want full support here for the neck, but it's behind the skull. So hands on either side of the strap. Let's start to look behind the toes, press the heel all the way up. If it's available, start to extend that right leg long into a stretch. Maybe you feel comfortable enough to open the arms and just rest the head back. It might take a little bit to get really comfortable in this shape. You might need to hold on to the strap when you first come into it, but over time you build trust and there's an element of surrender in a stretching practice. And so, of course, pausing if you've got the time. Otherwise, let's gently start to bend into the knee. Find support of the hands around the strap. Lift the head up and out to protect the neck. Release that left leg down. We will just finish here by taking a few breaths. So land the palms down on the belly. You can walk the feet nice and wide. Let the knees fall in. Closing down the eyes. Just find that inner calm, that
sort of peace and quiet within. See if you can relax the jaw, relax the shoulders, relax the pelvis, relax the knees, relax the feet. Big breath in, long breath out. Repeat this practice regularly to increase flexibility. Thank you for moving with me as always.